What it do, what it do? It's your boy About It Bobby, your new favorite fat getter redneck. Welcome to the shit show we like to call Broken Banner. Like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you can get notified when we do this shit. Let's get into it.
Bitch, I'm Bobby, know I'm bout it on my mama, I'm on go. Country grandma, arm and hammer, pop that work up on that stove. I've been 10 toes in the...
I'm so tired of people bitching about food stamps, but I'm also tired of people labeling Christians as non-Christians or that's not what Jesus taught. Talking about food stamps and the food stamp reform that's going on. Let's talk about food stamps and how stupid people are. Let's look at some meltdowns about food stamps.
Y'all funded my life for 13 years. So go ahead, take my food stamps. It's not gonna hurt me. It's not. I'll figure it out.
My kids have not eaten in 5 days. It is the taxpayer's responsibility to take care of my kids.
Trump done cut them food stamps off.
Sorry, I voted for him, and now they done cut off my food stamp.
To rearrange SNAP and change the rules so that people on food stamps can only buy healthy food.
It helps from the government, from the taxpayers, okay? From you guys, okay? I can't go out and get a regular job. I have 6 kids, like I just said, okay? And I'm doing this by myself. I can't go out and get a regular job. So now you expect me to go work for free? Because that's what violent community service is. You're working for free. If I won't go out and get a real job, work for cash.
It's really bad.
Danielle Grant is starving.
You know, I'm trying to see if I can get some food because we literally don't have anything to eat today or tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to make ends meet.
I'm still mad because my ABT does not carry sweets. Can you believe that? My ABT does not pay for anything sweet anymore. And I'm furious at the
Hold on, I gotta take a step back a second. That last one always gets me. Just hold on. Pause the video. Now, okay. Now, look, the one that irritates me the most is this white lady, this ignorant white lady talking about she got $4,300 a month. And now, look, the reform here is hey, you have to contribute to receive these benefits. Kind of like a job, right? To get wages, you have to work. The conservative ideology behind this whole revamp is that we're tired of people telling us, liberals, right, which we'll get to that in a second, hey, you need to contribute, feed society. This is what you should do. This is a good thing, which I totally agree with and a lot of other conservatives agree with, right? But what we are tired of is people saying, hey, I get your money and do absolutely nothing because I just choose not to. So the same standard that the liberals say, hey, you should contribute to society, but the people that don't want to do that, that receive these benefits, because there are a lot of these people, we don't want to hold those people to the same standards. Again, conservatives are not saying, hey, we should not pay food stamps. We are not saying that. What we are saying is, hey, we're tired of people abusing the system. We're tired of people telling us and feeling like, yes, this is a good thing. We need to contribute. And everyone else decides not to follow suit. You should get SNAP benefits if you need SNAP benefits. But if you need SNAP benefits, you should also have discipline and try to make your life better. If I looked at you and said, hey, I'm going to be a burger flipper my entire fucking life, and I know I'm not going to make, let's just say, minimum wage, $7.25, but I have the opportunities to go do better things. I just don't want to do it. I'd rather just be a burger flipper because it's the bare minimum, and you, the taxpayer, should take your taxes and feed me because, you know, it's just what you should do. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear, hey, I'm out here busting my ass. It's not everybody should suffer because I suffer. It's discipline and moral accountability when someone says, hey, I work a job. I'm trying to make my life better. I think we should contribute to society. The people who are not contributing to society, bad. The people who don't contribute to society and choose to sit in the filth and the lower the lower levels they do based on choice, bad. That's what conservatives are saying. They're just asking for discipline and consistency. But obviously the liberals don't think that, right? Let's see what the liberals have to say about this.
You can't go because when I was hungry, you didn't feed me. And when I was thirsty, you didn't give me any water. And when I was naked, you didn't clothe me. And when I was sick and in prison, you didn't visit me. And they're like, hold up. When did that actually happen? I call bull. And then God is like, So when you did not do this to the least of these, you did not do this to me. Meaning that how you treat other people is reflective of how you treat God.
What do you want your taxes to go towards if not serving the general public? Hey, were you not at church on Sunday? Did you miss the part in the Bible where it said to not be a piece of shit? You guys are bad Christians, and sorry, hot take, but if you need the fear of God and fear of eternal damnation in order to be a semi-fucking good person, you're not a good person. Half of you guys believe in God, and you say that you're devout Christians.
If you have a problem with taxes going to help people in need, you're a fucking bitch. If you've got it in your mind that to work is to suffer, and everyone else must suffer because you do, you're a weak fucking bitch. Federal pools, which then are supposed to be used to help the community. Here's a fucking secret though. A good chunk of that money is instead used to help corporations. I'm gonna say this again. If you would rather your money go to help mega corporations than the hungry neighbor that you have, you're a fucking bitch and you can go fuck yourself.
So to address the two liberal dumb women in the first two videos, go to 2 Thessalonians 3:10. Let him he who shall not work, let him not eat. Jesus taught moral accountability and generosity, not through coercion, but through voluntary action. That's what you idiots fail to miss. Oh, wait, the reason you fail to miss it is because you don't read the Bible in its entirety. You cherry pick and say, hey, I'm gonna tell you what Jesus said. Well, okay, well, what did Jesus teach? Well, Jesus taught this. What else did he teach? Well, what goes along with this? What's the context behind what Jesus is trying to say here? Oh, no. So, what are you telling me? Well, how do you know this is what Jesus was trying to say? Oh, no. You lost me, my guy. Stop coming at Christians like you know the Christian belief. And to the one chick who said, hey, which has truth behind it, there are Christians who walk their little happy ass to church on Sundays saying, hey, God, I'm here. Don't send me to hell. You would be true in saying there are Christians like that. That's not Christianity. That's not what Jesus wants, right? Jesus wants voluntary love through the show of the actions you do, but not coercion, right? Jesus isn't coercion. Jesus doesn't like coercion. He's not asking the government to step in, and you're not entitled to anything. Paul literally reinforces this. Jesus believed in private property. And to the last guy in the video who talked about corporate subsidies, I wish people would stop talking nonsense when they don't know how the tax system works. So the subsidies that you also pay into, right? That, hey, you get a tax refund and all of these. You know how the first of the year, normal people with kids walk around like, I can't wait till the first of the year. We've all seen those people. I can't wait till the first of the year because I'm going to get some money back from my kids. That little $2,000 check, you pay into that too. So the subsidies that you pay into with people with numerous kids, they get tax refunds, you pay for that too. Corporations receive the same, right? Now, what corporations do is they bankroll. The 1 in 10% bankroll, you actual idiot. The social welfare programs you liberals preach about. But you forget that, right? You forget that the bottom percentage of taxpayers do not bankroll the society and infrastructure we have. Yeah, there's a lot of us, But the majority of us either don't pay a lot in or don't pay taxes at all. There are people out here working who don't pay taxes. That's fucking mind-blowing, right? But the corporation, who is not a person, has to pay taxes. We're not talking about CEOs and things of that nature. We're not talking about the person, which again, I'll even agree with you that there's a millionaire, billionaire, some type of CEO that didn't pay taxes. But the corporation that he owns, that has jobs, that puts jobs out for people to do, paid taxes. And you know what those taxes did? They paid 40 to 45% of the revenue that is fucking generated, my guy. And guess what? If you actually did a little bit of research, the subsidies, the corporate subsidies we pay, that number does not outweigh the tax revenue that is brought in from these corporations. But if you were actually smart and used a little bit of critical thinking skills, you would know that. I don't think Christians should be quiet anymore. I think they should call you out on your hypocrisy. I think they should say, dude, you're stupid. That's not what Jesus taught. This is what Jesus taught. And why don't you hold everybody to that standard? The same people that, watch this, that liberals think, hey, you should do this, but if people, the other people that don't do it, nah, we should still feed them and not hold them to the same standard.
So you mean to tell me that you are okay with the idea of your tax dollars potentially buying Oreos and Hostess cakes and maybe even someday healthcare and prescriptions for someone else who is choosing not to work? You're okay with that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just believe that everybody deserves to be fed and deserves to be able to go to the doctor if they are sick or hurt. Okay, but like, what if it's somebody who is literally just choosing not to work? They're being lazy, or they're just choosing to work like the minimum number of hours so that they can qualify for benefits. You're still okay with... Yeah, I believe everybody deserves to be fed and deserves to go to the doctor if they are sick or hurt. No, sure, but even if they... I believe that everybody deserves to be fed and deserves to go to the doctor if they are sick or hurt.
Yes. Everyone deserves a life of dignity. Stop trying to means test basic life necessities.
Friendly reminder, food, water, housing, all human rights that humans monetize to just make your life miserable. We should not have to pay for water, food, or housing. Those three should be basic for everybody. I'm not saying you should live in luxury. I'm not saying 5-star meals every fucking day. But being able to eat fucking food every day should be a human right.
It's disturbing how many people would rather watch you starve than receive assistance from the government.
You're a lot closer to needing SNAP benefits than you are to being a billionaire, so how about you get on the right fucking team?
Now you see how there's a little bit of a, hey, wait a minute. Okay, so we should do this. We should feed people, but the people who don't want to contribute, we don't hold them to the same standard or hold them accountable in any way. Everything is a human right. Please, for the love of God, get some philosophical concepts and knowledge about yourself and understand what rights are. First off, they're moral or legal entitlements in the most layman way I could say, right? We morally consider people. We think people are valuable. We think people, yes, that are in need should be fed and we should contribute. But liberals don't hold everyone to that standard. Who are the real hypocrites here? Christians who are saying, hey, I think we should do this action, and are holding people accountable from the conservative side by saying, hey, you know what? We're going to help you, but you still need to contribute to the people that also need help. That's the main argument here. And I think it's consistent. Because let me not generalize liberals. I've had conversations with some that it was a great back and forth, and I seen some points of what they were saying, and they seen points from what I was saying. All liberals aren't the same, just like all conservatives aren't the same. There's a small minority that think, I shouldn't have to do this. Those people are stupid. I shouldn't have to feed other people. What about me? Those people are dumb. I'll agree with it. If a liberal came up to me and said, what about this guy? He's dumb. He's not consistent. He should do this thing. But you guys won't do that to your side, or the people so-called in need that are able-bodied and can contribute to society but choose not to. You don't call those people out. We should still feed them because it's a human right. And yeah, I think everyone deserves a life of dignity, and everyone should do this thing. If you believe that, why don't you tell the people who aren't doing what you said we should do to do it? Anyway, it's been great. See you on the next one. Peace.
I'm Bobby, no, I'm about it on my mama, I'm on go. Country grandma, I'm in hammer, pop and work up on that stove. I've been 10 toes in the